I got this question about exercises for storytelling. I pulled 3 clips from 3 storytelling experts, and I think you're going to like it. The first clip comes from Jenny Hoyos, who's a viral YouTube creator, and she said that her favorite exercise is why.
My favorite exercise to do is you have a video idea. Let's say it's cleaning my room. Okay, I'm cleaning my room. No one cares, but we're just going to use that as an example.
Okay.
You want to ask yourself why as many times as you can until it gets really deep and you're like, whoa, I'm cleaning my room. Why? Well, because it's dirty. Why is it dirty? Well, because I don't want to get up from my chair. Why don't you want to get up from your chair? Well, I've been really sad about how someone passed away. Oh, like that, and then it's like, okay, that's the story.
Next up, we have Sun Yi, who is the founder of Night Owl Nation, and he has a simple phrase that he uses that helps folks get to the heart of their story.
One question that I always ask people is, because people usually try to, whenever somebody's giving you a vague story where you kind of understand what they mean but not really, that's how you know that it's not vulnerable. So this yoga teacher, wellness coach, was telling me, like, son, I just feel like such an imposter. I feel like everybody thinks of me a certain way. I don't think I'm living up to it, and things like. So she kept going on and on and on. I was like, yeah, I kind of get what you mean, but the question that I always ask people is, can you give me an example? And when I said that, she's like, she kind of took a pause. She didn't want to say it. She's like, I'm a yogi who smokes. So every day after my noon class, I go around the back, I hide from everyone, I smoke a cigarette, I'll come back, wash my hands, and then I'll go to brunch so that nobody smells my smoke. And I'm like, oh my God, that was literally, you didn't have to spend 15 minutes explaining all that imposter syndrome bullshit. All you have to do is just give me that example. And that says everything, right? But usually it's the thing that we don't want to say. Do you know what I mean?
And you're like, let's put that on your homepage because that is a lot.
And lastly, we have Matthew Dix, who's the author of Storyworthy, and he has a practice called Homework for Life.
At the end of every day, or honestly throughout my day now, I ask myself what's sort of like the most story-worthy moments from my day. What are those moments that mean something to me? I don't write them all down in story form. I don't want anyone to do that, quite frankly. I wanted to create a system where I could capture moments from my life the same way I would brush my teeth, which would be simple, quick, and I'd never skip a day. So I use a spreadsheet. It's 2 columns. It's the date, and then I stretch the B column across the screen, and it's on that B column that I write what the moment is from the day. My goal was to find 1 new story per month, 12 new stories per year. I would have been thrilled. Instead, what I discovered is our lives are filled with stories. Things happen all the time that touch our hearts and our minds, like things that really mean something to us, but we throw them all away like they're trash. You know, I hear people all the time tell me that time flies. And I'm here to report it does not. What happens is this. If I asked you to recall as many days as possible from 2023, right? Most people can probably recall about 100 days or less from 2023. Some people I've met can't recall 20. Like every other day is sort of lost to them. So what happens is when you don't sort of honor each day by noting the things that made it different than the other days, you just throw them away. So a 365-day year, if you can only remember 100 days from 365, of course time flies because you've just shrunk your year to 100 days and thrown away 265 of them. That's why time flies for you. Time does not fly for me. Now, I average about 7.8 items in my homework for life every day, meaning 7.8 moments in my day that I think are worth holding on to, capturing, and not letting go of. So what I've done is taken 365 and multiplied it by 7. Time goes by so slowly for me, blessedly slowly, because every single day is filled with moments that I both recognize and record. And both of those things are important because most people don't recognize them, including me. Back in 2015, when I started Homework for Life, I did the math. I was averaging 1.3 moments per day that I was recording, and now I'm averaging 7.8. It's not because my life is more interesting today. It's because I've developed a lens over time to recognize what is worth holding on to. My son says something to me that I never want to forget, or I see something for the first time or the last time, and I don't want to lose that. You know, yesterday my cat disappeared for 12 hours. and my life was basically over for 12 hours. It was like a stone was on my heart. And then he just appeared like a jerk. Just, hello, I've been in the house the whole time. I'm
Yep.
fine. I was just sleeping somewhere that you could not find me, right?
Mm.
And that's a moment that's a moment that will be lost to me 3 months from now if I don't record it. But I do record it because it's reflective of the bizarre attachment that I have to these cats, and how if something happens to these two cats, my whole life falls apart for a period of time. So I find these moments all the time, and many of them become stories. Many of them become parts of stories, and many of them never become a story, but I hold on to them because every day is worth holding on to.
Now it's your turn. If you're watching on YouTube, comment, let me know if there's an exercise that you use or have heard of that I should add in the next video. That's it, y'all. That's it.